I'm Monica Russell and I live in Wadhurst, and I'm a teacher and a knitwear designer, and I run a small company called the Knitnacks. When I start making a piece of knitwear, first of all I think about colours, and then I knit and I write down what I do on my computer usually as I go along. I always hand knit everything I do. It's the only way I can design things. That way I can see its progress. I'm a complete yarn snob. I only like natural fibres. They feel better, they wash better, and I think if you're putting all the work into whatever you're doing, then to pay a bit more is worth it. I use lots of yarns from the UK, and I like to promote local businesses. For example, for my Fair Isle book, I sourced a Scottish yarn because I thought it was really important to use something authentic to knit Fair Isle in. But having said that, I also use yarn from Uruguay, which are fair trade and made by a women's cooperative. So ethically, they're very pure. I do my knitting in the lounge when I'm watching television, in the garden if it's nice weather, on a train, on a bus, on a plane. I don't think there are any restrictions to where I do my knitting. It's complicated how knitting became my career because I did something totally different to knitting. I started out with teacher training and became a teacher. I then became an art therapist and I worked in psychiatric hospitals. I then got into further education. I think it's influenced how I work with people, but it's about getting them to feel safe enough to express themselves while they're knitting as well as being creative. A few years ago, I was run over. I had to think of something else to do, and I thought I could be creative in a different way. So I started designing just for friends, and it went from there. I was seen by somebody who asked me to design a book, and it went onwards and upwards. I think I am creative in what I do. I can come up with ideas and I can see them through. I'm very inspired by what's around me, so colours in the garden, colours in painting. And I just like playing and seeing what they're like and then creating something with it. I think there is a positive outlook for knitting, and I think people like Tom Daley have really promoted it with the younger audience and also for men. I think we want to get away from the idea of grannies knitting. We want to get the idea that young people knit and be creative as well. I think it's incredibly important to encourage others to be creative.